Okay, you guys, so here's another breakdown of this. So I'm going to skip a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to touch down on points that are in here. So they've been talking amongst themselves, these two officers, about the apartment, where it's at, what's going on, all that stuff. So now they're walking up to that guy who is Jordan Baker, and they're going to talk to him about where the apartment is on the floor. And I want you to listen to this, because this guy doesn't know where the heck his own apartment is. This is nuts. I don't think that guy lived there. I don't know. My opinion.
Yes, I see the place.
Sit all the way at that end.
So if you go up those 3 flights of stairs and you go to the left, it's 311.
Is it in the middle of the building or like one end, or?
It's in the middle.
Okay.
311.
Yes.
It's 311.
Okay.
So.
Okay, thank you, Randall.
All right.
Okay, also at this point, I want you to look to the upper left of the screen, and you'll see that there's like an amber light there right now, but you'll see a red light. It's just a little bit later down, not too far into this. They talk about already having snipers out there already. So, a marksman and snipers. And they used plural. And watch also, I want you to keep an eye on, watch what the cop does to this guy, Jordan, who's holding this phone. He's going to reach out his arm to him, his hand, and like touch him. And the way Jordan looks at him is really, really quite interesting. Yeah, something weird. Something weird's going on.
In the middle.
Okay.
311.
Yes.
It's 311.
Okay.
So.
Okay, thank you, Randall.
All right.
Is it on this side of the building?
It's this side. Like if you go up, it's up.
So is it
down
face that
way,
side or
down
this?
that way? If you go up these stairs to the 3rd floor, it's to the left.
Can you see the windows to it?
So I think you see that 3rd window? I believe it's over there.
Okay.
Oh.
So if you go up these stairs, 3rd flight,
Okay.
take a left. It's the first room on the left, first apartment on the left.
It's the third one down, 2nd or 3rd one down.
So we're looking at it right here, basically?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and move around to this side of the building, please.
And if you get the information.
Nope, we just got here, so I'll talk to you first. So what's going on?
So the last couple hours, he's been escalating. He's been getting very angry, talking to himself, talking nonsense.
Okay.
But it wasn't until the last hour when I was on a video cam with my friend right here where he threatened to shoot both me and my roommate. He made multiple threats over and over again. He's like,
Where's your other...
I think he's locked himself in his room because I saw his light on and he's trying to be quiet because he doesn't, I think he doesn't know what my roommate's like, up here. He doesn't
What's
know.
your other roommate's name?
Christian.
Christian?
Okay, you guys, I bet you anything. I bet you what they were doing is they were gaming. When he talks about being on video, they were gaming in that room, and they were doing guns, shooting like maybe Grand Theft Auto or whatever, because I remember I told up that Christian, that Yenna, and they had a gamer thing where they were shooting, like, I mean, it sounded horrible. I mean, and the things that they say inside the video, the gaming video, I bet you anything that was what was going on. They set him off with that frickin' video game with the shooting and all that stuff. I bet you that's what this was. He went into a flashback. Oh my god. This guy should have known. I don't even want to go into this because I'm ticked off right now. Really ticked off. Because I bet you anything that's what happened.
On and he's trying to be quiet because he doesn't, I think he doesn't know what my roommate's like, up here. He doesn't
What's
know.
your other roommate's name?
Christian.
Christian? And
The guy
so
that
the
did
guy
the
with the threats
Brent, yeah.
and Brent, he said his exact words were he's going to shoot you guys?
That that he's like, you better watch out because I'm about ready to shoot you in 5 minutes, and saying crazy stuff like that.
Okay, and he's actually got a gun?
Yes, yeah.
What has he got? What kind of a gun? A rifle? Like,
something, well, not like that, but he has a pretty big gun.
Pretty big gun?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you wait here, please? I'll be right back.
Now tell him what really happened, dude.
There's another roommate inside, possibly like hiding in his room. This guy says that Brent specifically said, he's saying all sorts of crazy stuff. He's got a rifle and he said, I'm gonna shoot you guys in 5 minutes. So.
Okay, so this guy that walks up and he's talking like that to this other guy, that guy needs some serious training, because not only is he laughing, but he also, when you see him up here later in the hallway, the way he's talking about Brent, and he's got no regard for this guy's life, for Brent's life, and probably for nobody's life. It's the way he's talking. I mean, it's just disgusting. And what did he say? He said, well, he calls him the bad man, is one of the things. We got everybody up, but the only one that's left is the bad man. Well, how does he know he's a freaking bad man? That is just awful to say something like that. He's the one that talks about getting the phone numbers, and I understand getting phone numbers to call someone, maybe to talk them down or whatever, but they didn't do that. They did not do that. They didn't even attempt. They allegedly called Darren, just said, hey, do you know this guy? Yes. And then that's it. They didn't tell him what. They didn't know anything. They didn't stay on the line with him. They didn't call his parents, who only live not too far away. This whole thing is awful. And also, I want you to keep an ear out here. Why don't you tell me where Heidi came from? You tell me where she came into, because these two guys are down the hallway. In my opinion, there's no time, and I couldn't hear it either. There's no time for her to get up to them in the amount of time it took them to get up to that door, up the steps to the door, and get that door open in there. I would think she was in that apartment. Listen to how she says this. Listen to what she says. It is really weird. Very weird. And I also think that when she says, he tells her to tell everybody to come to the door to the front of the apartment. And in my opinion, I think he was talking to her to tell the people that are in the apartment to come up to the front. But she called on the radio and did it. And not just right after that, that's when the guy, I'm going to call him BG, because he calls him the black guy, but I'm going to call him BG. So BG yells out from his room where he's at, or wherever he's at, I'm coming out, whatever. And it was right after the officer told her to call the people up, to call them all, tell them all to come up front to the front of the door. So what did she say, or he say? Said, let me see. I asked for everyone to come to the front door of this apartment, is what he asked her to do. And so what she said was, we need all units to come to 311 top floor. And then right after that, the guy says, BG says, coming out. And I don't know, it just seems really weird. Really, really weird.
47 comes in.
Hey, do you have keys?
Walk through.
Move. Armed subject threatened to shoot the other roommate in there in 5 minutes. Door. Said it was, there it goes.
Show me your hand.
Please, show your hands.
Hands up! Hold it, please!
Police department, hands up. Slowly come to the door. Do it now.
Home police, come on out. Hands empty. Do it now.
Going in to see.
Yeah, I believe so. He did not go into the one on the right. He went straight ahead.
Got it.
And for sure not an A behind us.
We do not
For
know.
sure. Heidi, ask for everyone to come to the front door of this apartment.
We need all units to come to 311, top floor.
Okay, now I want you to, I'm going to back this up. I'm going to have you listen to this. So, one guy says, he went in, there's silence actually from, let's see, what time was that? 8:16 to like 8:26. It was really weird. So like, it was weird actually. Come out with your hands up, do it now. So then he went in to see. He did not go into the one on the right. Let me see. He went straight ahead is what the officer said. And then Heidi says, oh, for sure, not an A behind us. Oh, for sure, not an A behind us. And then that's when he says, Heidi asked for everyone to come to the front door of this apartment. So she calls on the radio. So I'm going to back this up just a little bit so you can hear this. Because I want you to hear that, because I want you to hear what happens later on. What, BG comes out of the, with his hands up, comes out and says, because it's really interesting.
Going in to see.
Yeah, I believe so. He did not go into the one on the right. He went straight ahead.
Got it.
And for sure not an A behind us.
We do not
For
know.
sure. Heidi, ask for everyone to come to the front door of this apartment.
We need all units to come to 311, top floor. Hands up!
Hands up.
Hands first, we hear you. Okay.
Hands where we can see them. Interlace on top
What's your
of
name?
your head.
Okay, I have a dog. She's gonna come up running.
No,
That's-
No.
wait.
Innocent
Hold on
guy.
to the dog. Heidi, take them out to the hall.
Move. Go.
Go with your dog. Hold on to your dog and
Hold
go to
on
the hall.
to your dog. Do not let go.
Don't cross in front of us, Heidi.
Heidi, skip back.
Get him back. You, black guy, move. Get out.
Go. Out the hall. Back up to the hall.
Got it. Move. We're gonna back out. We got no one else here.
Everybody out. Confirm with them there's no one else in here.
Is there anybody else in the apartment?
Yeah, room A.
Room A.
So, your other roommate said that this roommate is making threats to kill you guys, and he's got a rifle. So,
Is there A, B, and C, or is there a fourth one?
I know it's not a rifle, it's a pistol, and he's been acting like this for quite a while now.
okay.
Which room is
Heidi.
he?
Room A.
He's in room A.
Yeah, one over in that corner.
So the room right off to the right.
He's in this one over here. Oh.
So that's my room right there. Room A is just right on the other side.
All right, Heidi, can you take him down to his roommate on the parking lot? And
You want me to take him down?
yes, this guy right here.
Okay, come down.
So I think there's 3 bedrooms and a bathroom,
All right,
which means I think our suspect's the only one here, which means
I believe so.
back out.
Yep.
Okay, so if this was a training exercise, there was 2 of them that just flunked big time right there. And if this was a training exercise, how the heck did Brent get involved in it? How is his name coming up in it, and how is this happening? Could this have been like okay, and here's another thing. Who is this Christian then with the dog? And who is this Jordan who's got some very, very suspicious job opportunities out there? Not only that, but he looks like seedy as MF, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't trust that guy as far as I could throw him, to tell you the truth. And I know that's terrible of me to say, but just what he said to those officers. So, oh, he's got this, big old gun. Well, then this other guy, BG, says no, he's got a pistol. And he doesn't seem like he's scared of him really at all. Heidi's out of breath. Why is Heidi out of breath? You would have heard her run up behind these guys if she ran up the steps behind him, and there was no sound. You did not hear her run up behind them. So she, in my opinion, was in this apartment. And that whole thing about where he was, like, no, there's when BG first said, no, there's someone in A. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, there's another person in here, but they're still backing out. Then I realized he was talking about Brent, but it threw me off because the cops are saying, oh, definitely not in A, not to the one to the right. And the guy actually says, no, it's the one to the right. I'm like, that is some bad police work, man. I mean, seriously, there's 3 rooms, and you're gonna pick one that's, what's behind door number 3? Whatever. If this is the case, and she's been on the force for 16 years, and not only that, but what about this other officer? He acts like he's in charge. Well, I don't really know, but... And then the officer, he sounds like he's persuading this guy, BG, to actually, when he says, your other roommate said, that he's made threats and he's got a gun and he's gonna kill you or whatever. And he's all adamant about it. Well, he was very, what did he say? Well, he said he was very adamant, very sure of himself that this is what Brent had, right? Well, you're going to hear something coming up here in just a second as well, which is really going to make, it's just, seriously. What if, sorry, I got a paper on where my phone is, and I keep clicking, my cat's going nuts right now. She's jumping all over the place. Up as high as she can get right now, looking at the shadows on the wall with the lights. She's going crazy. You're going to hear some booming and some interesting sounds here in a minute. Because when she gets like this, you guys, I wish I could take a picture right now when I'm recording. So when I do that, she hikes up like a scary cat, like a Halloween. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And she arches her back. Her tail, she's a Russian blue, so she's short-haired, and she's got a long tail, but it's not like really fat. Her tail gets huge. It is like the size of a Coke can, and I'm not joking you, all the way up, and then her hair she's got like this mohawk on her back, but she loves doing it. It's like she gets off on doing that. It's so funny. What are you doing? Silly girl. I'll have to show a picture of it one time if I can catch her doing it, because once I catch her doing it, she wants to play, and then she'll do it periodically, but I can't catch her in time. So, plus she's running at me when she's doing it sideways. It's so hilarious. Okay, back to this. I just had to take a break there for a second. It was getting a little bit deep, a little bit dark. Okay, so what I want you to hear is after these guys back out, and this is kind of where my other one was, where you heard somebody say help, right? Oh, I know what I was saying. So what if in some of Brent's intel that I've seen, it shows that he was like a training officer, did training and stuff. What if he was what if that's something he did? What if this was part of an exercise that he was training them to do? You know what? It could be anything. I'm just putting it out there. Something to think about. So that also means, okay, is he alive? Is he gone? And if he is gone, why is he gone? Did these guys just screw up royally? I I don't know. It's very strange. Very, very strange. And it just makes me want to think, is this whole thing a freaking SWAT exercise for the whole damn thing? I mean, I don't know. This whole thing's just nuts, man. I mean, this right here. What do you hear this? Okay, so I'm going to start playing it. So I'm going to play, let's see, what's that? So, okay, so those guys are out of the room. These guys are backing up. Okay, I'm going to start playing it. Hold on.
I think our suspect's the only one here, which
I believe so.
Back out.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do this right here.
Okay.
Stay.
Hey, do you guys have a shield or anything like that? Do you have anyone on the radio who can go get one?
No, we're the only two working.
So, one of you, I want one of you to come up the other stairwell and come up behind us. And the other one, go relieve Heidi so she can get a shield. Just a second, you cover the door, I got it.
So I confirm we've got everybody else out.
We're just trying to confirm that we have everybody out except the armed subject.
Okay, another thing I want to bring up is why, if he's armed and he's as dangerous as they think he is, and they're getting a SWAT team and they already have snipers and a marksman out there, why are they standing where they're standing, unprotected? Why did they barge into that room the way they did? If this is a SWAT exercise and this is a training exercise, oh my gosh. No wonder there's people that are in heaven now if this is the way they train and this is the way they run a SWAT. Because they're reckless, they're sloppy. That's the word I'm looking for. They're freaking sloppy. And they're lax. They're so lax. It's like, you don't see them, I mean, there's nothing quick about anything they're doing. There's nothing alert. They're not alert. They're not, it's just weird. That's all I gotta say. This is just bizarre. Okay.
We're just trying to confirm that we have everybody out except the armed subject. Hold 406.
I'm going to close that so we have an indicator. Somebody's coming out.
If you could activate SWAT, we need people to respond for a barricaded man with a gun.
That'll work.
So right there, he stands right in front of the door when he's messing with the doorknob, the door handle. You got a out of his craze, out of his mind, gunman in there, right? So they say. That's got a rifle that can shoot through. I mean, that'll come right through that door, depending on what he's got in there. If it's hollow point, boy, you're in trouble. What are they doing? I'm just going to say it. It starts with an I and ends with an S.
SWAT, we need people to respond for a barricaded man with a gun.
That'll work.
So I saw his back and his waist. I did not see his hands or a gun.
Okay. The roommate down in the parking lot was very specific. He said it was a rifle. He held his hands up like this, and you heard what the other dude said.
So I did not see any weapons at all.
Okay.
So you can holster and kind of relax a little bit.
Okay.
If something happens, you're going to be our hands person.
Okay.
So that guy's going to leave some little tard down in the parking lot. Take his word for it. And so they're going to now, I mean, they haven't even asked anything about him, about whoever's in this room. They haven't said anything. They haven't even tried to address him. And did you hear that, officer? He didn't see anything. didn't see he had a weapon. He didn't see anything. Well, the guy was adamant in the parking lot. He knows what he was talking about. He was there. Blah, blah, blah. Well, how do they know? He didn't even know where his apartment was. If this is his apartment, he didn't even know where it was. Yet, he's pretty sure the guy that Brent has a rifle, right? Yeah. Sure, you betcha.
So you can holster and kind of relax a little bit.
Okay.
If something happens, you're going to be our hands person.
Okay.
So we were.
As long as we're here, want to start knocking on doors, getting neighboring apartments out.
I'm going to kind of brief him and orient myself to this real quick.
Okay.
So as far as we know, we've got only the guy with the gun left in the apartment. One roommate said rifle, another roommate said handgun. Complainant roommate said the guy with the gun said he was going to start killing his roommates in 5 minutes, which is why we came up here.
Among other crazy things.
I saw a male in a gray sweatshirt. I saw his back and his left side. I did not see his hands or a weapon.
Okay.
And then he went into a bedroom.
This guy, among other things, is a loose cannon. This guy should not be on a police force, or he needs some serious training, because this guy is jumping to conclusions. This guy is taking people's words for things. I mean, that, how do they know? Yeah, they can be alert and they can be on, aware of it, but why are you taking this guy's word for this? This guy is not cop material, in my opinion. Whew, he's scary, amongst other things. I didn't hear him say anything different than that. And I'm thinking, so you hear that stuff in the background, when you hear that help and all that kind of stuff? Maybe that's that video game playing in there. Because it kind of sounds like a video game, like all this stuff that's going on, because you hear a female voice, you hear other things too. What if that's what happened, if it was a video game? I mean, what if this was a training thing that they do, or whatever, operation, and what if Brent really does do that? He does